clear shot. Don't give him clear shot. Don't give him clear shot. Don't give him clear shot.
All right, so we're back.
We're back. It's a week 4. Yeah, I don't know that we need that for this one.
The week 4 NFL show. We got one quarter of the season in the books. We're going to jump right into our recap of last weekend.
We got right and wrong.
Yeah, so...
I feel like we got most right. I mean, we were definitely over 500 here.
Yeah, for sure. We both had the Rams winning, which was a fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
We both had Cincinnati winning, which was a really close game, and holy shit, the Bengals.
Yep.
We both had Chicago winning, and holy shit,
they
Chicago.
blew them the fuck out. You know, I'm actually kind of scared of Chicago.
Yeah. We both had Dallas winning. That was probably one of the best games I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
We both had Green Bay winning. I didn't watch any of that, but you were keeping me updated.
Yeah, that was the Bills fell off there.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a touch.
Getting shut out.
I had the Texans winning. You had the Colts. That was a good game. Overtime is always fucking crazy in the NFL.
Yep.
We both had Jacksonville. It's a straight shooter. We knew what was going on. Not telling any tales out of school.
Yeah.
We both had Miami winning, which was embarrassing. But one of us...
Yeah, but this is a team that was like looking unbelievable until...
Yeah. We did also say last week that as long as Tom Brady comes back...
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was
Tom
really
Brady is back.
Yeah, it all depended on Tom Brady, really, was what it was.
Yeah. We both picked Philadelphia, and holy shit. Did you see Corey Davis's catch in overtime to win that game?
I didn't see any of this game, I don't think. Was it a 1 o'clock game?
Yeah, it was amazing.
I was watching the Packers pretty much.
It was an amazing game. We both had Seattle. That was a shit show and a half.
Mm.
Cleveland and Oakland. You had Oakland, I had Cleveland. The game was kind of bullshit, in my opinion. The refs were really fucking awful. There were a few calls in there, specifically one with Carlos Hyde getting a first down that was overturned. That was just absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But this Cleveland team is showing that they're not going to just, keel over and die anymore,
Yeah, I don't think they're Browns level bad anymore. But...
No, I think they're like, I think that's the Giants now.
Right, yeah. Personally.
We had San Francisco and San Diego. We both had San Diego winning. That was easy.
Yeah.
C.J. Beathard's first game of the year. San Fran's quarterback while Garoppolo is out. He looked decent. He'll at least be fun to watch because I'm pretty sure they have like 4 or 5 straight primetime games.
I think with Garoppolo gone, they're in trouble. But
oh, yeah. We both had New Orleans. That was a lot closer than the score indicates. New Orleans was losing for most of that.
Mm-hmm.
We both had Baltimore. Baltimore looks really good. Honestly, they look really, really good. And then we both had Kansas City. And Kansas City looked great, as usual.
Yeah.
And with Panthers and Redskins run it by. My biggest takeaways, J.J. Watt is back. In his last 2 games, he has 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. And I think 2 or 3 extra tackles for a loss, which is pretty decent. But Brady is back. He played really well Sunday. My biggest thing, though, is everybody should be watching out for Dallas's defense this week. DeMarcus Lawrence leads the league in sacks. He has 6.5, I think. David Irving comes back this weekend against Houston, who probably has the worst offensive line in the league. It's going to be devastating.
Yeah, I only watched bits and pieces of pretty much every game. Obviously, when the Packers play at 1, it sucks for me. I like when they play Monday night or Sunday night or the Thursday night game because I can pay attention to everything else. When they play at 1 o'clock, I have Red Zone up usually, but it's like I'm only really watching it during like commercial breaks or whatever. So I get bits and pieces of games. How was Dallas's like protection?
Not bad, not great, but not bad. Joe Looney had a couple highlight plays blocking. He had one play where
I
he
feel
blocked.
like the Lions wanted to pressure him. That's what I would imagine since he's been struggling.
Mm-hmm. And Zeke just took the edge off. He went crazy. Mm-hmm. But Joe Looney, the backup center, while Frederick is out, he had a play that was like Larry Allen-esque. Zeke broke through the line, and Joe Looney caught up with him and fucking pancaked a dude like 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. Then there was another play where he was blocking two guys at once, and he didn't even have his fucking helmet on. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I don't want this advertisement. Now, when you use the NFL app, you're going to get ads. We got to get a Clear Shots NFL app. We'll do our own. They'll have all our predictions on it. Instead of results. It won't even have the results.
We should get check marks on Twitter.
Yeah. I feel like that's a process. I remember looking into that once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to give them like a copy of all your ID.
Yeah.
You have to like send them your fucking...
You have to do a bunch of crazy
birth
shit.
certificate.
I remember we tried to do it for the band one time. This game, the Cowboys and Lions, was like... I felt like if you were colorblind, you were crying during this entire game.
Yeah.
Because of so much silver.
Yeah. And it was the Cowboys are wearing their white jersey with the silverish pants, and then the Lions are wearing all gray, silver. All silver.
I was like, which team's which here? I can't even tell. I feel like I would have thrown like 7 interceptions just thinking they were my teammates.
Yeah.
Because they're already pretty much the same colors. It's like a brighter blue for the Lions, but I was fucking just like, if you're colorblind, or even if you just need glasses, you're in trouble right now. And a flag. Nope. Bring it back. But yeah, Dallas, like I said last week, I think they are a team that's going to turn it around. Mm-hmm. And I think they're starting to right the ship here a little bit.
They're going to just be good enough to not get the front office fired, and then it'll be the same thing next year.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird, too, when you watch a divisional team play, you know that, like, what other teams do against them doesn't matter. Because when your team meets them, it's completely different because you play them so often.
Yeah.
So, like, when we play the Bears, it ends up being close, but when they play other teams, they shatter other teams. But it's because we know the Bears at least. Mm-hmm. You know, even if we lose to the Bears, we still make it at least a competitive game. And then, I mean, it's funny because I feel like Dallas plays like a bunch of teams from the NFC North every year.
Yeah, for a while it felt like Dallas was playing like fucking Green Bay every year.
Yeah. I don't think they play them this year, do they? Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They play them like later on in the year, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is usually late in the year, I think. Week 8-ish or so. But yeah, I only watched bits and pieces, I think. What time was this on?
1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're gonna look. They're not looking elite. That's the problem. They're not looking like they can beat.
No, but all they got to do is win games.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I mean, every win they've gotten so far has been so fucking. Every game they played has just been an ugly game.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was gonna bring up the Titans. Who the fuck are the Titans? Are they great? Are they good? What are they? What the fuck are the Titans? There's
a lot of teams that I don't know their identities.
Yeah.
Like even Miami. It's like when you play that well for 3 weeks and then you just drop off. Like what is this team? You know, I don't know if it's their matchup that they just got fucked with. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, New England's obviously a tough team all the time, but and like I said, New England starts slow. They're like notorious for starting slow.
Yeah.
So I think that like maybe they're starting to kick it in a little bit. I mean, it's only week fucking 4, you know.
Mm-hmm. And my last thing was the good, the bad, and the ugly for quarterbacks this week. We had Mitchell Trubisky, 6 touchdowns, over 300 yards. And then also I'm going to just mention Pat Mahomes, too, because he had some ridiculous plays last night.
Yeah.
Didn't play as well as he did the first few weeks, but it's impossible to do that shit, you know, every week. But he still won. The bad, it's going to be Case Keenum. Completely overthrew Demaryius Thomas on that last play, and just had a lot of passes last night that were just
he just missed a lot of throws.
What the fuck? Yeah,
I mean, at least
it sucks because you know he can make those.
Yeah,
that's the part that sucks.
I mean, it's like at least if you miss throws, at least you want it to fall to the turf instead of in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, that's fair. And then the ugly is Eli. Oh my God, he's got to retire. Big Ben, put him up for the ugly too, but put rapist next to his name. Like they both are just both look so bad. I mean, the Steelers didn't even make it past the 50-yard line in the second half.
I thought Josh Allen was a fall from grace too. You know?
Oh yeah,
he played so well last week that like we expected a guy who was going to sling it, and really he didn't do much of anything. You know, he didn't hurdle anybody. Yeah, that's for sure. And they got shut out by
getting shut out is not good, especially when it's
the Packers' third shutout since 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is notoriously not good. Like, and I feel like all of a sudden we've got a defense that looks like an NFL defense instead of a fucking Syracuse college defense.
Yeah. Not even like Syracuse University. We're talking like OCC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or JUCO. Like JUCO leagues.
I think that's going to be the key, though. I think the Packers, as long as they can like keep a defense, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young kids that are like playing hard, and especially in the secondary, because they've drafted like cornerbacks for like the last 3 years, because they're like, this is our weak spot, and it's obvious. Like everyone's going over our heads, throwing deep balls. We need corners and safeties, and that's what they've been drafting. So I think those kids are good. And what's crazy about the Packers is they don't sign any of these guys, like re-sign any of these guys. No. They let them go, and then they end up like Casey Hayward on the fucking.
The
Chargers, and
who's like one of the best fucking guys in the league. Denarius Randall is playing out of his mind in Cleveland right now.
Fucking, who is it that's on the Bills? They have a corner from the Packers. Micah Hyde. You know, a bunch of these kids played for the Packers and they played really well at corner, and then a year later they're gone because the Packers don't re-sign them. They just want another young kid. So I don't know. Maybe they got to find somebody who they can stick with. I mean, they re-signed Tremont Williams, and he was with the Super Bowl team, and he's a 38-year-old veteran. It seems like he's fucking 40.
Yeah,
but he's been around for a long time, so he's like the leader of that cornerback thing. I think that's a smart move, is to get a veteran who's been with the team for a while and like knows what he's doing,
like Terrence Newman,
and kind of like guide the kids, like the newer players. But there's a couple corners like Clinton Dix we want to keep for sure. Like that dude's great in the secondary. So I think that's like
free safety, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the things, is like keeping a healthy defense and keeping a defense that actually plays well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, with the Packers offense, they're going to at least put up points. They only scored 6 in the second half, but still, I mean, when you shut out the Bills after they play that well, it's pretty fucking good. What else was close? There was actually a lot of close games in this, and Rocky's knocking on my door. There he is.
The man of the hour. Come on up.
All right. So yeah, most of the games were pretty close, I thought. Over 50% of the games were close.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have like much really else to point out from last week.
No, that was really all my takeaways. I worked fucking. I worked 8 days in a row. I just didn't really pay attention that well on Sunday. I watched most of what I could. I watched like all the Dallas game and watched all the red zone highlights, and then I made sure I watched the 2 primetime games.
Yeah. I watched the Packers at 1, and then the Angels' last game of the season was on at 3. So I watched that. So I was watching the Angels game and then red zone a little bit during the 4:30 slot or whatever. The Angels won at least, so that was good to finish the season off. But they fucking Mike Scioscia is gonna step down as the manager, so they're gonna So I think what's gonna happen is they'll at least pull somebody else in, and that'll be good for that team. Because with Mike Trout, like this team should be performing better than they are. Like let's be honest.
I agree.
And Shohei Ohtani, when he's healthy, I mean, come on, that's a team that like could fucking do something. I'm excited about the MLB postseason. There's a fucking elimination game on Wednesday for the Yankees.
And there's one tonight, Chicago and Colorado.
Yeah.
I got Chicago.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And the Dodgers look really good, too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an NFL show, so.
Yeah, so fuck it.
Let's start another one. We'll do an MLB show. All right. Let's do,
Our picks for the week. I'm way ahead.
yeah, let's do week 5. So, this is the Thursday night game.
Which one is that?
Colts Patriots.
Oh, yeah. I got New England.
I mean, yeah, you got to take New
If
England
there's
after.
one team, is my microphone even on?
I don't know. Is it on?
I don't think it is.
Is it on or off?
It's off.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
No, is the plug in still?
All right, we fixed it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the problem was, but we fixed it.
It wasn't working. That was what the problem was.
Fucker.
Okay. So what were we talking about here? Patriots?
Patriots, Colts. We got New England.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
New England looked good, so I mean, obviously, I think they'll go in with momentum, and I think the Colts, they're 1-3, so I don't know how good they're going to be this year.
Yeah, I'm expecting them to draft the next
they're
fucking Peyton Manning after this year, probably.
I think they're waiting for their defense to step up too, though, a little bit. That's the Thursday game. Let's see. So
Tennessee.
during the 1:00 slate here, Titans Bills.
I got Tennessee, without a doubt. That's going to be closer than expected.
I think that is going to be closer than expected. I think this is one of the games that the Bills
it's a classic
they're
Bills
gonna play.
trap game.
Yeah. I think they're definitely going to not get shut out.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'd say Tennessee on this too. So we got, let's see, Patriots, Titans. Probably should write these down this time.
I got mine written down. I don't have yours written down because I'm doing mine for my fantasy league as we go.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Giants, Panthers. That's kind of rough too.
Carolina, they're coming off a bye.
Yeah, but
It's Carolina. They almost made
know.
it to the conference championship last year.
I feel like you never know when the Giants are going to play a game, though.
No, trust me. I've been watching the Giants for 35 years. This is one of the worst teams I've seen them put out in forever.
Yeah.
This team is going to be bottom of the barrel again. Because they went 2-14, and instead of drafting, not even a quarterback, they drafted Saquon Barkley, who I don't care if he turns into the next, Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
He's not going to change your team. Next Le'Veon Bell. He's not. I don't see him being the next, LT or Emmitt Smith or Barry. I don't see him being a GOAT running back. I see him being pretty good for a while. He's not going to fix their problems.
No. I think, obviously they need to be able to run the ball because they are not doing that.
No.
I don't know.
I
never feel like, it was close last time they played. 35-38. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go. This is a toss up for me because I feel like at least New York wins a game eventually, but I don't know what their schedule looks like, But I'm just gonna go out on a limb and go with New York. I'm just gonna say they're gonna fucking pull it off because I feel like I don't know. For some reason, I got a feeling about them. I don't know that Carolina is gonna handle this for some reason.
That's fair.
It's just a gut feeling.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably be wrong, but
I got 27-10 Carolina.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb there. Dolphins, Bengals.
Cincinnati,
That's a fucking.
but I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, that's a good game. I think Cincinnati too, just because of the way the Dolphins fell off.
Plus, they're getting Vontaze Burfict back.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, you gotta say Cincinnati here, but I feel like that's another potential overtime game.
mm-hmm. Ravens, Browns. I got Baltimore.
Yeah, me too.
They're
The
still
Ravens,
my favorite in the NFC AFC right now.
They
so.
looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, against Pittsburgh. So, yeah, you can't go against them. And the Browns don't necessarily look horrible, but their record would indicate that they're not great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baltimore. That's pretty much a lock, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Lock of the century.
Oh, the week.
Oh, the week. Packers, Lions.
Packers. I mean, I gotta go with the Packers, obviously. But
I got Green Bay.
Yeah, I gotta say that because, and I want the Lions to be 1-4 because I don't like the Lions. But the Lions lost to the Cowboys, who were a team that's like still finding their identity. So I think the Packers are like at the point where they know who they are, and if they can get Aaron Jones running the ball a little bit better or a little bit more, they'll be fine. I think Aaron Jones just needs to rock a little bit more. Mm-hmm. The dude when he gets the ball, he makes plays, but Mike McCarthy doesn't like to give it to him. So
no, it's fucking weird.
It is, but he trusts Aaron Rodgers. That's why. Jags Chiefs. This is you know what? I'm gonna say the Chiefs again. I think Mahomes. I feel like he doesn't play. I think he plays better than last week. I think he cleans things up a little bit. They won, and this is a tough game because the Jags have a tough defense. But I don't know. I think he might clear things up, and I mean, a 5-0 start is awesome for the Chiefs, and they definitely want that. This is a tough team to beat, though.
I've got Jacksonville. I love their defense so much.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is their defense is fucking good.
I think Jalen Ramsey is going to feast this game.
I think the Chiefs are gonna use their tight ends in this game because they know how good the secondary is.
Yeah, but even then, that'll still be scary because you're gonna have to worry about Travis Kelce inevitably getting hurt. You don't want him to get hurt week 5.
Yeah, that's true.
I got Jacksonville, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout for either side either. I think it's gonna be like
that'll be a close game. I think too.
Like neither team breaks 30 points.
Yeah. The Chiefs' defense isn't bad either, though. That's the thing. I think the biggest thing for me is the Chiefs' defense versus the Jags' offense, rather than Chiefs' offense versus Jags' defense.
I think the Jags' offense is better than the Chiefs' defense. Their defense is fucking paper thin. They have good pass rushing, but other than that, they really don't have much else.
Yeah, but that's the thing is the pass rushing. I feel like if you can at least keep them flustered, I don't know. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. I'll watch that because I'll watch as much of it as I can. But the thing is, if Red Zone's playing it, then I'll see it. That's really the thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the regional game is. Probably the Jets, right?
Probably. I'd say so.
Which is this one, Broncos Jets. I gotta say the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't have anything really much.
I don't
to
have
say
faith
about
in the Jets at all this year. I don't know what it is. They just don't look like they're really firing on any cylinders at all. Let's see, Falcons Steelers. That's kind of a toss up too. I think the Steelers come back. I think they got a sour taste in their mouth after the Ravens game. I think they beat the Falcons here. And the Falcons going to 1-4 is a rough look for them. It's a rough look for both teams, really. Right now, they need fucking wins. So it's gonna be a rough game. I think there's gonna be a lot of hitting. There always is when the Steelers play.
Yeah, of course. San Diego versus Oakland.
Yeah,
so, I got the Chargers.
I'm gonna roll with the Raiders again.
Yeah.
I think they turned it on a little bit last week, and I think that's what they were looking for. They're looking for their chemistry because they pulled so many different guys in, and it's just like a smorgasbord of fucking random dudes.
Players. Yeah.
So I think once they get that chemistry down, they'll start doing things, and maybe they started doing that. I'm just gonna roll with it just to see, My casting thing doesn't move, but my phone does. So, Vikings, Eagles. You know what? I don't know. This is another game. Like, I feel like the Vikings, I think I said this last time, they win games they're not really meant to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the one. This is one of the
And
ones
I still
that
don't
they
know
do.
who the hell the Eagles are. They haven't looked
I don't either.
one way or another this year so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Vikings, like I said, they kind of like come out of nowhere in certain games, and when they have no business winning it, they do. And even if it's not by a lot, this will be like maybe like a 26-23 game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be a fucking blowout either way. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the Viking or who the Eagles really are, and I don't know. See, the thing is, when you come off a Super Bowl, like, it's so hard to repeat, especially in this league. So, and you never have like the same team. Like, it's always a completely different team, basically. You got, a couple of key guys that you've kept, but like, if you've ever played in Madden, like a bunch of your guys you have to re-sign during the season. So, like, fucking, you're gonna lose a bunch of dudes. Now, like I said, I think they kept a lot of guys, and I think their defense is still okay, but it's a matter of, like, they need to get back on track, I think, as a Super Bowl champion team.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely not that. All right. So what do you got, the Eagles?
I got Minnesota.
You do?
I think Thielen and Diggs cover up that secondary because
Yeah.
Philadelphia's secondary really isn't that good.
I think the Vikings know they need a win.
Mm-hmm. Arizona versus San Francisco. Pass.
I think Arizona gets their first win here.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I don't think
both those teams are just fucking shit shows.
Yeah, that's a game you don't want to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel bad if you're a fan of either team because number one, you have to watch that team, and number two, you have to watch this game over all the other fucking games that are on. So that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, they're literally like, there's not going to be a single neutral fan watching that game.
Yeah.
When you have Rams, Seahawks, and Eagles, Vikings at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Rams over the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams are on a fucking roll. I don't know
They
what.
look way too good.
And I'm worried that they might slow down like halfway through the year.
Well, they still don't have a keep to leave.
Right.
Or Peters.
It doesn't matter.
But
It doesn't
I don't think
matter.
it matters.
They're just playing so well. And they're beating everybody. It doesn't matter who the fuck they play at this point, so. And fuck Seattle, so. I don't like Seattle at all. I've had too many moments. They've had too many moments against the Packers.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Texans. I think the Cowboys win again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look up. Can you see the last time they played? I'm pretty sure it was close. I'm pretty sure it was overtime.
No, it wasn't even close.
Was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
It was
2 years ago.
2016.
Houston beat them. Okay.
September 1st. So that was like exactly 2 years ago.
Yeah. I don't even remember that game. Oh, that was when we lost Romo. So that might have been the game that we lost Romo.
It could have been,
sure.
yeah.
It was September 1st. That was still the preseason.
Cowboys are 6th defensively.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, their defense is disgusting, and they just got one of the best defensive tackles in the league back.
Well, they ain't
with
the
David
best
Irving.
passing team, that's for sure.
No, Dak has to start airing it out. He was doing that.
But that's
the
the
other
thing
day,
is,
and
like,
he was doing so well with it.
yeah.
He was doing great.
But they're leaning on Zeke so much. I think when they run into a team that's a run-stopping defense, then they're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's a good thing. Like,
think
maybe they should run into a team that can stop the run. 'Cause it forces him to fucking throw the ball.
Yeah,
I think that's what he needs.
I think that's what happens to any team that relies on the run.
Mhm.
Really.
I think he needs to be forced to throw the ball because I think he needs to fucking click, and I think he needs to get on track here.
Yeah, and really,
Because we know he's better than what he's doing.
Yeah.
What he's been doing, at least.
I'm excited to see Deshaun Watson up against the Cowboys defense for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah.
I got the Cowboys by 10. Thinking like 27-17.
Sounds about right.
31-17 maybe even.
Yeah, I don't see the Texans scoring too much. I don't know that they'll score more than 10 points. Really.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. That's the Sunday night game, so I'll be able to watch that at least. Redskins Saints on Monday Night Football. I like the Saints. I always like the Saints.
Off a bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I always like the Saints. I feel like when you got Drew Brees, we talked about this. It's like when you got Drew Brees, you can't really go against that dude. The Redskins are a tough team, though, and they're going to be healthy after a week off. That's kind of a toss-up. I like that game for the Monday night game because you can pay attention to it.
I got New Orleans.
Yeah, me too.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Washington wins, really, because they shocked me when they beat Green Bay.
I think they might cause the Saints' offense to struggle a little.
Yeah, and especially if Adrian Peterson comes out pissed off like he did against Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
that's the problem too. Is that AP had those 2 good games and then he had a week off, and now he's going up against the team that gave up on him last year because they didn't know how to use him.
Yeah,
I still think AP has a lot left in the tank.
The Saints' defense is never really like focused. Like they're never really in one particular zone. Like they're never really good at defending the pass or stopping the run. They're usually just like an all around defense.
Yeah, they're like a bend but don't break sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
They let up a lot of yards.
Yeah, they're like, hey, let's just stop them before the yellow line.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Drew Brees, so like it's hard to go against that. 28th in offense is Washington right now.
Yeah.
So against 4th in offense, it's crazy because look at the polar opposites here.
Yeah. You got the number 4 offense versus the number 1 defense, and then the number 28 offense against the number 24 defense.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Washington.
It's going to come down to Drew Brees is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think if Drew Brees can beat that defense, then they're in good shape. I think offensively, Washington might be a shit show unless Peterson goes off again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very possible. Because it's crazy that Peterson hasn't lost any steam considering how long he's been around.
Yeah.
And when you watch him run, he's so fast still. And he hits the hole so hard. He's a fucking blur. It's crazy. It's still odd to me seeing him in a Redskins uniform.
Mm-hmm. Who's on a bye week, just Tampa Bay and Chicago.
He kind of, yeah. And it's kind of weird because to me, he kind of like is, it's almost under the radar just because he's a Redskin. Like you don't think about the fact that he's there. You know, because back in the day when you used to play Minnesota, the first thing you were thinking about is Adrian Peterson. Mm-hmm. Now, when I look at the Redskins, I don't think Adrian Peterson.
I don't think of anything, really.
Right. I don't know what to think about the Redskins.
That's how they've been. That's how they've always been for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always hated them. I've always hated them the most.
Yeah.
I don't
Washington
know why.
Redskins, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
How did they get away with that shit on that episode?
Because they were fighting for the copyright at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So for like a solid 3 weeks, the domain was available until they got the thing back.
They used their logo and everything.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. They would draw dick off of it. That's such a great episode. Oh, my God. I think we've done 2 of these. I think we've talked about South Park episodes on both of these episodes.
What did we talk about in the first one?
The Sarcastaball episode.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So we got to make a South Park reference in every episode.
That's the goal. It'll be our alien.
Yeah. So the Bucks and the Bears are on a bye, and
Bucks play Atlanta next, and the Bears play Miami next. Those will be good games.
They will be. I actually can't wait to see the Bears in Miami because I want to see how good the Bears really are. Mm-hmm. I mean, they looked really good this week, obviously. So yeah, those are our picks. There was no. I don't think there was a single roughing the passer penalty this week at all in any of the games. So that's really interesting, which is really confusing to me because it's like, are they going to change the rule or are the refs just going to let things go?
I think they're just going to be way more lenient with it.
Yeah, but I think the refs also get in trouble if they don't call things by the book.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a weird spot. And there was a hit on Aaron Rodgers that I saw that where he did essentially what Clay did. And they were talking about it, the commentators were talking about it. They're like, if you're going to go by the rule, he landed on him with his body weight. So it's roughing the passer. And Aaron was looking around like, where's the flag? And they didn't call it, which is a good thing, but it's also a fucking stupid thing. Because, like, what the fuck? You've called it 3 weeks in a row now against us. And then someone lands on our quarterback and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they just stop doing it altogether. That's all. It's fucking ridiculous. Just fucking
I agree.
Stupid.
I really do.
Stupid fucking rule.
It's almost as bad as the old catch rule thing.
Yeah. So I guess that's it pretty much for this. I would imagine. We're gonna do an actual thing here real quick. So those are our predictions, and we'll see you next week.
Easy peasy, baby.
Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.